Hi everybody, it's Ashwin Rao. I hope you're all doing well, and today I'm trying out a new format using a little different audio source, a mic this time, as well as this beautiful outdoor setting to begin a discussion about a brand that I am extremely enthusiastic about, and this is Acme Shoemaker. For those of you who don't know Acme, they hail from China and are a high quality, artisan-led effort, and for the past several years have executed tremendously beautiful styles using high quality leathers largely sourced from Europe and the US, and showing a level of enthusiasm, skill, execution, and artistic flair that really have elevated them to the top of today's men's footwear scene. And so to that end, I wanted to bring to your attention a new pair that we're going to go through an unboxing with. And this is their full strap penny loafer. Their full strap penny loafer, as you can see, is a beautiful design here that has so many of the finish features that you would hope from the very highest end of shoemaking. And so I wanted to take you through this model in more detail with an unboxing, first impressions, as well as a deeper dive into this pair, including how it looks under studio lighting as well as natural lighting. I think at the end of the day, you're going to find that this is hopefully going to inform you more about this pair as well as Acme as a brand. And I hope you enjoy this video. Here we have the box in front of us. This is a beautiful box from Acme Shoemaker that you have seen on my channel before. I've opened up 2 separate pairs. This is my third. You can see the logo of the shoe with the Acme spelled through it. Same logo that you see right here from Acme Shoemaker. There's a felt lining that helps adjoin the top to the bottom here. And then a label that you can see right here with the Acme logo. Love the swoop that you see coming across the top here. And you can see that this is the 8011 saddle loafer done in a Horween black shell Cordovan leather, size 9, UK 9, that's my size. And this is, I believe, their stocking code 220331. Beautiful presentation right off the bat. And now we're going to go through the rest of the unboxing. The video showed you the shoe bags, but they don't really describe the quality of these shoe bags. This is a beautiful, what looks like houndstooth wool-like material. It's like a soft wool, almost like a flannel or a brushed flannel feel. And on the inside, you see that it's lined with this beautiful soft felt material. This is one of the thicker shoe bags I've ever tried. It's got this nice purple colored Acme pull stap right there. Beautiful bag. Just has a real heft to it, a real volume to it. This is kind of a heavier fabric. Let's take a look at these beautiful shoes, and specifically this penny loafer, full strap penny loafer from Acme Shoemaker. You can actually theoretically slip a penny into that little slot there. I think that's how it got its name. In the case of a full strap loafer, the strap continues all the way to the waist of the shoe here, whereas in many other penny loafers, the piece ends right here. The iconic university loafer from Alden, the Harvard loafer from Crockett & Jones are good examples of those. But I find that the penny loafer tends to have a more casual look to it, but if you add the full strap design, it seems to formalize it. So I think of this as a slightly more formal pair of shoes because, one, its black colorway, this being a Horween black shell Cordovan, lends itself to a more formal attire, and then the full strap classes up the party a little bit. So you can see that this Horween leather is just a beautiful example of shell Cordovan, and others out there, myself included, feel like it's often the best option when you're thinking about shell Cordovan, particularly for pairs of dress shoes. The shell Cordovan is very easy to restore to its original shine. If you start to get markups or areas where the shoe will eventually have some rolls, you can use a simple horsehair brush to just brush out the shoes and restore the shine and integrity of the shoe. So they're actually quite easy to care for once initially treated. I tend to apply a little bit of a shine to the tips of the shoes, one for looks, but also two, to protect the shoe from any gouges or scratches, as well as doing the same thing on the back side, which I haven't done yet here. That also adds a little bit of more class to the shoes, but really I do the initial shine to try to protect the shoes. Always use the shoe trees, and in this case lasted shoe trees, to preserve the structural integrity and shape of those shoes. If you don't have lasted shoe trees, it's fine. You can use simple plastic or even wood shoe trees with really no issue here. So I wanted to first walk you through this pair of shoes and what I think make it one of the most iconic, classy designs in modern menswear. First off, you can see that the shell Cordovan, while black, actually has some interesting undertones. If you really peek into the colors here, there's a little bit of brown that can peek through in some instances with shell. And I noticed that this isn't a midnight black shell. This is actually a shell that has almost more matte features with a brown undertone, almost like it would T-core, even though shell doesn't do that. But I like the color variation. In normal light, this will look much more muted and black. So what we see here is a hand-sewn apron. This is not a pie crust apron. The stitching done to create this serrated edge, which I think is absolutely beautiful. This particular model has a very beautiful light fudge detail along the edge, the fudging being the ridging along the outsole here, which echoes the stitching and the stitch density. We see that the stitching disappears and dives right here, and you have a blind stitched waist that transitions to an offset heel block. That offset heel block has a very slight taper to it. You can kind of see right here that the taper blends well to the transitions of the heel cup here and has a little fudge wheel detailing along that edge. Also a slight taper in this particular view as well. The work done here to create the offset heel block to waist transition is also very clearly done by hand. And this is a beveled waist, meaning that the edge of this waist is worked down to create this gentle curve both here as well as on the medial aspect of the shoe. And then we have a rounded waist here, meaning that there's no fiddleback. This gentle curve here is what we would describe as a rounded waist. So a blind stitched waist with a beveled edge and a round profile with a scalloped offset heel block. I believe that there are 7 to 8 pieces of leather creating this entire stack here. If we peer to the bottom of the shoe, you see the beautiful work done with the closed channels. So beautiful profile to this shoe. You can see that it has a nice gentle taper to that instep right here. You see an almond-shaped toe profile here, which again adds to the formality of this shoe. So just a beautifully designed and executed black full strap penny loafer. One thing I love about Acme is they tend to take their designs to the highest level of fit and finish, as well as the elegance of their designs. If you're looking for an MTO or ready to wear shoe, you're going to pay a pretty price for something like Acme, but you're going to get really thoughtful design in terms of last, how the heel cup will grab your heel, how the shape and organic nature of the lasts blends to create a beautiful design upon your feet. It's almost like wearing a piece of art. Every detail, including this apron, the stitching done on the upper, is done to essentially bespoke level. It's not perfect, but it's about as close as you could ever come to expect. One challenge with these pairs is that it is somewhat difficult to remove the shoe trees. There are lasted shoe trees that come with this pair, and if I try to remove them, it takes a bit of effort. And there you have it. Shoe tree here really shows the shape of this last, which is a almond-shaped round-toed last. Here we have the shoes in natural light. This is muted outdoor shaded light, and I wanted to show you the beauty of these shoes, not just in a controlled light situation, but in a situation where you may see them otherwise. Here you can see the beautiful shine that these Acmes hold, largely thanks to the shell Cordovan that takes a nice shine. It doesn't have a pore structure because this is a membrane that's subcutaneous on the horse's rear end. But because of that lack of pore structure, it shines up relatively easy. And it's also why, to some degree, shell is so easy to restore. It has a certain thickness, temper, and limitations in the pores, the fact that there aren't any, allow it to shine up and not have the same character properties, same characteristics as calf leather. I would argue that Acme has all of these pieces coming together in an exceptional and cohesive package to create what really amounts to a piece of art here. And I'm hoping that you can see that in this character of this last, this beautiful almond-shaped last, how the shoe is shaped, the little details, as well as the more macroscopic ones in terms of, well, do I just like how that looks? I like how this looks. And I think that you will too, should you decide to move towards Acme Shoemaker for a future high-end purchase of your own. So in conclusion, I hope you've enjoyed this feature of the Acme Shoemaker full strap penny loafer. I will say that my acquisition of this shoe comes on the heels of the World Championships of Shoemaking for 2024, which used the full strap penny loafer as the design from which artisans and craftsmen from across the world were asked to elevate to the highest level of fit and finish. And so Acme finished, I believe, in the top 10 in that competition of some of the world's best shoemakers. And this model is very reminiscent of that model, obviously more toned down for mass consumption. And a full strap penny loafer is always a welcome addition to any person's wardrobe, particularly for something that you want to dress up and slip on as you head out the door. So I hope you're all doing well as you enjoy your day. I'm certainly going to enjoy these on my feet relatively soon. And you have a good one. We'll see you at the next video. Goodbye.